and hits for pop and gives you some power, and he hasn't played. He hasn't been available. Like Santander, the pressure's coming for him.
Sure.
But that's another glass half full. Like, first impression, not good. Yes, the injury, and now he's on the 60-day IL, but prior to that, he was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, atrocious, to the point where they took him out of the lineup, I think, almost with a phantom, like, we just got to get him out. This is so ugly, we can't play him, and we got to come up with some reason, kind of like what they did with Bowden Francis. Like, just get him out of here and come up with something. But, you know, Atkins just spoke on it the other day. They're looking for a power bat. There he is, a switch hitter who can hit for power. Like, there's your trade deadline acquisition. Ideally, Scherzer has been healthy and pitching. You know, we'll see what comes of that the rest of the way. Jimenez, his bat is as bad as it was in Cleveland. Basically a black hole at the plate.
Yeah.
They've got nothing out of him. It's
crazy.
wild.
Yeah.
It's almost difficult to explain. Yet they're, you know, again, they're you look at the running or the hitting production, way better across the board.
Yeah.
They hit for average, they get on base pretty well. They're, you know, clutch hitting, which has been such a concern in the past. And Barter's been good, Springer's been good, Kirk's been great. Alejandro Kirk's been great.
New contract.
Yeah, and he's paying it off.
But that's why I think about the trade deadline, and I hate this thing in hockey where they talk about own rentals. It drives me nuts because I just think it's like spin by the GMs to not do anything.
It's
It's like,
rental.
we got this guy.
But why would you trade, especially if you're a really good team, why would you trade the guy even if he is an expiring contract?
Right. But
Own
so
rental.
the front office of the Jays could actually be like, maybe we just actually have own rentals, and it's actually like not the stupidest, lamest.
It's not. It's a
sort of
reasonable explanation. The question is, will it land with the marketplace, and is it actually smart business?
It won't land.
It won't land, but is it actually smart? Like, how much of your chips should go into the middle here, if you're Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro? Because that's I think the third of the five questions that keep coming up. What are they going to do between now and the trade deadline? Because they don't, by all accounts, have a great farm system.
No.
Like, they got a, you know, 3 or 4 guys with value. They drafted a kid last night. Clearly, they're not going to flip him. I like that handle, JoJo Parker.
Yeah, it's a great name.
Great handle. But are you going to give up one of your 2 or 3 top guys?
Well, your team this is an old team, really. I guess the young guys coming up has made it less old.
But you're right. You put Scherzer in there.
Barrios, Bassett, Gosman.
Yeah. Springer's playing every day. Like, Santander's 31.
Now, when?
Yeah. The question is, do you think you're a piece or two away from winning the World Series? Because ultimately, that's why you go all in at the trade deadline. It's not to make it. You have to be thinking we can win it.
But if it's not now, when is it? It's not going to be. Is it going to be next year? Are you going to be better next year?
I mean, I didn't see this one coming, so I think I think what it's proving is it's difficult to predict year in, year out.
Yeah.
But I hear you. I think you got to be careful. I mean, at some point you need a farm system. It feels like deja vu. We've had these chats with the Leafs
100%.
where you have been a big proponent of all in every single year.
And I stand by that 100%.
I think you were wrong in retrospect.
I was right.
No, you weren't.
They didn't do enough, and
they're not wired.
Anywhere.
It doesn't matter who you acquired. If Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner can't get it done in the biggest moments, it doesn't matter who you pick up.
I can't have this.
They're not wired properly.
All right.
How do you look back on the Marner exit now that you know what you know?
Well, I stand by 2 years ago when I thought they should have traded him. I stand by last summer when I thought they should have traded him. Like, it was.
What about his
I wrote about this at the time. Like, it was like after last season, not this past season. I wrote my something at the end where you could see the entire season something isn't right. He doesn't look happy here, and they didn't do anything. And it's like,
yeah, but he was going to stop it anyway.
How do you know?
Because I think it became very clear that he blocked the Rantanen deal.
Yeah, but that was because it was in the middle of the season. He's a pregnant wife at home. Like, you were putting.
I understand that. You're not wrong.
If you had forced
he was going to Vegas and only Vegas. I don't think there's any questioning that.
But let me ask you this: if you go back to last summer and you force, and like I remember writing this, thinking this, talking to people about this. If you had forced a confrontation and said, you know what, this is not working. We need 5 teams. And then, like, maybe you can figure something out. Maybe those teams don't give you anything you want. I don't know, but it's not like Nicholas Waugh is like a great consolation prize.
No,
like, he's fine. Like,
they were in a bind.
But if you had forced something last summer, maybe history plays out differently. I have no idea. Like, who knows? But they didn't. They thought the downside, I guess, was not worth it. Like, they figured, like, if we go to those teams, we have a list of teams, and they don't give us anything, and then, like, we've already asked them for the teams, and now we're not going to, like, but by not kind of kicking the hornet's nest, like, the hornet just kind of hung around and then stung them in the end anyway. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I am curious. I'd love to get an answer on what Shanahan and Trey Living actually knew this time last year. Like, did they know he was out? Because now you're hearing stories, I don't know how true they are, but, everyone's known. Everyone knew Marner was going to Vegas. Like, if they knew that, then that is significant malpractice. If they knew this guy is out of here and you let him play it out without making him uncomfortable.
Should have known, if I could see that he was out, how did they not? And honestly, I actually think they did see it.
No, it's not like they knew. I'm
they
sure they
knew all
they're
this.
not
Like, they knew it wasn't working. He wasn't happy here, and like they. But it's like, it's 2 years ago. It's 2023, and there's
isn't it something about Marner too, that if you're so unhappy, why don't you go and ask for a change? Why is it on the Leafs to force
because
your
maybe
way
you
out?
just decided, I'm going to play it out, and then I'm just going to choose where I want to go, and I'm not going to be forced into anything. I'm not going to.
Which is what he ultimately
did. To play here, and like, maybe at that point he's not sure. Like, maybe he's like, maybe it looks to me as someone like who is there with the team every day, but like, not behind the scenes. I see them an hour a day.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe part of him is like, 40% of him is like, you know what? Maybe it can still work here. Maybe we can have a great playoff run. I can be awesome. Things change, the narrative changed, and I decide to stay, and I decide to sign. But like, if it's like 60%, it doesn't look like he's going to stay. Got to do something, like, but it's the whole I don't know how we got to Leafs at 419.
Well, I got something that I'll get to this a little bit later on, what I think the league should do with his return, but I remember when we were discussing it, like the exit even prior to July 1st, and he was being compared to Vince Carter, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, he didn't quit on this team, he didn't demand out.
He didn't. That's not fair.
He didn't quit. He didn't demand out. But I think there is a very, very good chance mentally he was gone. And perception is reality. So if you're dealing with the mob and the way people are going to feel about you, because I was making arguments. I'm like, eventually dust settles. Bygones will be bygones. He'll probably retire his jersey in 20 years. I don't know anymore because of the way this is being reported now on the way out. You know, with like when he was in Vegas, he's like, at the Four Nations, we were talking about living in Vegas, and my wife was asking what it's like there. So you were in Vegas in February, you were gone? You were mentally gone. And is there a chance that maybe they could have brokered a deal last year, and Vegas and Marner were like, why would we give up a real piece? Just wait a year. We'll catch you down the road.
Not impossible.
And then whose interest is he putting first? The Leafs or the Golden Knights? If there's any reality in that, he was